guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers N Blowers. Sorry I haven't been around for a while, but my last episode when I was trying to get this mower deck fixed, as you know, the engine blew before I could get the mower deck fixed. And then once that happened, I came down with the flu. Can you believe it? You know, I haven't been sick in 8 years. And so for me to come down with the flu is very, very rare. Knocked me right off my feet, you know. I've been in bed for the past 4 days straight. My family had quarantined me to the upstairs bedroom, and they says, don't come downstairs. Your son's going back to college on Sunday. The worst thing that could happen is that you give him the flu, you know. And I says, yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, I didn't get to spend enough quality time with my son before he went off to college. But, you know, he had 2 good weeks here, and I got to see him enough. And as you know, we took a vacation up to Quebec, Canada. I don't know if this cold is from the ski trip or just screwing around the garage in the cold weather, you know. But it's a mild strain because there's no way that I'd be sitting here talking to you guys on video after only 4 days, you know. Granted, I was locked in my room for 4 straight days, you know. It's kind of cool because the wife brings you ice cream and dinner and all that stuff. And but either way, though, it still sucked. But I'm glad that my son got off to Seattle, and hopefully he didn't catch my cold. So, you know, during the 4 days that I've been in bed, I had a lot of time to think, you know. And reading the comments of some of you guys that were, you know, commenting on the last episode of why this engine crankshaft just went out of the block just like that, you know. And, well, I really couldn't tell you, you know what I'm saying? It had good brand new oil in there, and like I said, I just turned the key to start it on choke. The minute you bring the choke down to the full throttle, because that's the next thing is the full throttle, right? Revved up high, and then I wanted to lower it because I didn't want to, you know, it to run so high on, you know, and that's kind of a bad design, is that when you start it, you know, you don't want to go high full throttle, you know, right from the bat, off the bat, you know. You want to slowly ease into that high throttle, right? Have the oil have time to heat up before you go to full throttle. So that's always been a kind of a bad design, but, you know, I full throttle to get it going, and then I immediately lowered it to, you know, halfway or a quarter. But it never made it that way. It just kept on going, and then boom. And I'm like, wow, that was weird. Look over here, connecting rod came right out of there. There were some subscribers who said that, hey Henry, maybe it's the throttle butterfly plate, the little screw, it fell off, so the plate came off, right? And then when it comes off, there's no control over the throttle, you know what I mean? So that might be it. I have a box here of all the parts of when I disassembled that engine in the last video. I'm going to look at that carburetor right now and see if that throttle butterfly plate is still on there. I've also decided that I'm going to change my YouTube name from Mowers N Blowers to Hank, the Asian Redneck. That's right. It's Hank, the Asian Redneck. Today's video is, can a influenza strain power a car? I'm gonna go pee in the gas tank of this car and see if it runs. I'm gonna see if pee can power this Mercedes-Benz. How do you open this thing? Well, I guess you gotta unlock it first. So, will P with influenza power this Mercedes-Benz? We're just gonna have to find out. Thank God. It was just a dream. I bet you're all thinking, that damn Henry's lost his mind. He better go get a couple of more days of rest in that room there, you know? Get rid of that crazy influenza that he's got. I've been kind of lucky that I think 4 days to be walking around and stuff from the flu is pretty good. So I don't think I have a big strain. I think I have a mild strain of it. Sometimes the flu can knock you out for a couple of weeks, you know? But anyhow, I'm not gonna pee in my car, you nut. But because this stuff works so well for my van, I'm gonna throw it into my regular car. This is upper cylinder lubricant, fuel injector cleaner. Seems to run great in my van, so I'm gonna try it out. I just put a whole tank of 18 gallons in here, and I'm just gonna dump it in there. It's very syrupy, by the way. Very syrupy. Almost like Earl. Not as syrupy as Earl, but kind of like that. So just put this whole gallon in there. This whole jug. It treats one tank up to 25 gallons. I'll let you know if this runs any smoother than it does. So I've just gotten the carburetor out of the box of stuff there. As you can see, the choke plate is there, and if you look deep inside, you'll see that the throttle plate is also securely there. Can you see that? Throttle plate is securely in there with 2 screws. So that's not going to come off, you know? So that wasn't it, but it was a good try though. I still don't know why it didn't work, and I don't know why it blew. It's always going to be a mystery. Why do engines blow, you know, when you try to take care of things, you know? There's really nothing to it, too, you know? It's just putting in oil and making sure you got enough Earl. I mean, it could have had water in there that compromises the viscosity of the Earl, but as you guys saw before I added the Earl in there, we had the plug out. It was empty, you know. There wasn't any water or anything like that. But who knows? Who knows? I'm not even going to try to wonder why. All I know is I don't have an engine anymore. So I'm not going to leave this in my garage unless I find an engine or 2 or 3, because that's exactly what I'm going to have. I'm going to have 3 tractors in the backyard with no engines. But you know what? I'm used to that. You guys remember, there was one time when I had 7 tractors without engines in it, you know? Time will tell. I'll always find one somewhere, somehow. But I'll tell you right now, I don't think I'm going to be paying for any more stuff. You guys know I don't pay for anything. I finally did pay 40 bucks for this thing, and look what happened. It's a disaster! But anyway, I'm going to go and move this stuff to my backyard. And I'm going to pull something else in here that I'm going to be working on as soon as I kick the flue. as you saw, I moved my MTD Cub Cadet out of the garage, and I got this Craftsman 42. Has a 20.5, I guess, opposed twin with 2 blown connecting rods. At least I think they're 2. It could just be 1, but I won't know until I rip it apart. So I can tell that while I am feeling better from the flu, I haven't kicked it 100% yet, because just pushing it back and forth, I'm completely winded, and I know that I've expended all the energy that I've had. So it's not worth it for me to prolong the illness. You know, you always got to take care of yourself before you get back into things. So that'll be it for today. Just moving shit around, you know, and I'm anticipating that this thing will be my next project. Basically taking the engine off, taking the back access cover off the opposed twin. It's one of the unique features of the opposed twin engine from Briggs & Stratton, whereas there's a rectangular access panel that you can easily remove with 4 bolts, and then from there you can access everything in the engine without taking the engine completely off upside down and removing the sump. So that's what I'm going to do so we can research and see how bad the crankcase is, whether or not the connecting rods have both blown and thus sloshing the pieces around and destroying the inner parts of the crankcase. I'm hoping that they're 2 clean breaks and with the pistons inside, so that nothing was sloshing around, so that we could probably salvage this engine, because I absolutely love the opposed twin engines. They're some of the smoothest, greatest running engines that I've ever encountered, you know. So this will probably be my next project once I kicked my flu, or if the magneto from my Snow Commander comes, whichever comes first, you know. Either way, I've got some things on the list of to do, and we'll get to those as soon as I'm feeling better. But I'm glad I was able to come out here and give you guys an update on what's been going on for the past week and why you haven't seen me in a couple of days. I want to thank all the guys that have known that I had the flu, because they follow my Instagram, and I have had a lot of well-wishers from guys that don't usually comment, you know, but I know that they're watching. So thank you very much for all the well wishes. I am getting better, and I'll be with you guys shortly, you know, as soon as I feel up to it. But again, follow my Instagram at Mowers Blowers. That is probably the most updated social platform to know exactly what's going on. And also, followers of my Instagram also get sneak peek videos of the upcoming video on YouTube. So you guys always have a head start on things than the guys that just follow YouTube. But I'll see you guys next time. No, not on Hank's Asian Redneck. Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on my next project. Have a great day.
I'm Nate from Nate's Low Cost Yard Maintenance, and you're watching Mowers and Blowers, the best damn small engines channel on YouTube.